God has been baking a word in me for a while now. For this whole year, he has been baking a word in me. And little by little, every day, it's being confirmed to me. And that word is, try Jesus. You might be a person who had a very terrible year, where you don't know where you're going. There's a lot of uncertainty in life. You're at a point that you thought that you were doing a good thing, that you reached your goals. But even after reaching your goals, you still feel like it's not enough. That yearning, that void, that thirst for more is God calling you. He's calling you, and he's telling you to try Jesus. Our lives are not easy on this earth. We see the news, we see things around us, we see injustices, we see sin all over the world. And that dissatisfaction that you feel about the world is God calling you. We hunger and thirst for peace. The world's going to tell you to try meditation, to try medication, to try getting more sun. Do a few rituals, say a few chants, take deep breaths, work out. But you're at a point where you've done all of that. You've checked all the boxes. You have done all the right things, but there's still not enough. Maybe there were slip-ups around somewhere in that story, but you're trying your best every day, but you say, I'm trying, and it's still not enough. There is freedom in knowing that you'll never be enough. That Jesus is enough to fill that hole that you're feeling. So try Jesus. God is not a man to change up. God is not a man to lie. All the words that he has said have come to fruition and will come to fruition. And I'm not only saying this because of bias or because I read the Bible or because of this. It's because it's a testifying in my life every single day. That I wouldn't be here right now if it weren't for God. He has brought me through and out of the merry clay and put my feet on solid ground that I never could have put myself in. And no matter how many times the world says that they are selling the right solid ground to stand on, I have seen many successful people and they still fail and they still feel like they're not enough. And their constant pursuit of success is just a cycle of suffering. There is an illness in humanity. There is an illness in humanity, and that illness is our nature. It is our sin that is embedded within us, and we are slaves to that sin, where we say to ourselves, I have to do this in order to feel satisfied. I have to do X, Y, Z in order to feel satisfied. If I were to do this one thing, I will be satisfied. But even if you do accomplish the thing that you reach, or you do the thing that makes you feel better, or you search for things that make you feel better, at the end of the day, you still feel the same, and that's the illness. And Jesus Christ is the answer. And you're going to say, how? You're going to say, where do I start? Where do I go? I'm not telling you to go to church. I'm not telling you to read the Bible. I'm telling you to try him and call out to him. Cry out to him. Take that desperateness and void that you feel inside and say it. Cry out to the Lord and say, Lord, here I am. God, here I am. Who are you? Because when I was at that point, where on paper I was successful, or on paper I was a good student, or on paper I had the best job that anyone at my school had, or where everyone thought I was successful and doing great things, there were people saying, wow, you are so far ahead of the game. I was empty inside. Though maybe on the outside it seemed very, very great, very successful, very ambitious, I was empty inside. It was not enough. And I was at a point point in my life where I said, what am I doing wrong? That I'm pursuing the things they're telling me to, but it just doesn't feel like it's enough. That it was a well that just was empty. I was thirsty and there was no water at the end of the well, no matter how much I dug. Until I encountered Jesus. And at first I turned away from him. Literally, a street evangelist came up to me twice. 2 different street evangelists came up to me twice. Christians came to my door. People were trying to speak to me about Christ, and I still ran away. It's like I knew in my sinful nature that if I were to try Jesus, that I had to let go of the slavery that was in. And a part of me loved that slavery. Loved trying to seek the next rate of success. Loved to try to seek to be better than others. Loved to try to seek pride and ambition and things that the world says are great. But I got to that point and I still felt like it was not enough. And what I'm saying is enough is enough. Try Jesus. There is a reason why we're on this earth. There is a reason why he's put us here. And yet, day by day, I'm learning. Day by day, I want to see it come to fruition. But he has been the water that I've been searching for. That I was so thirsty for. And the joy, the peace, the fulfillment flows from outside of me. That even in my circumstances, in any circumstance that I have faced in this year or in the time that I met him, he has been the stillness and peace that I was seeking for. That if I didn't have Christ in the midst of my storm, I don't know how I wouldn't be here. I don't know how I would be here today. I don't think my brain can fathom how great God is. And I don't think my words will ever be able to articulate how great God is. That the words are beyond my understanding. But it says in the Bible that there are 2 types of men in this world. The ones who build their house on the rock, and the foolish ones that build their hands on the sand. And when storms and tribulations and trials come, the men who build their houses on the sand, their house is deplete. But the man who has his house built on the rock is not moved. God has shown me contentment. God has shown me peace that surpasses all understanding. And even in the midst of pain and struggle, even in the midst of being in the storm, he brings me back and tells me he's the God who sees. He is the God who allows this to make me grow. Jesus says, I am the vine and my Father is the vine dresser. And whatever vine bears fruit, he prunes so that he may bear more fruit, or that the vine will bear more fruit, and whatever vine abides in him will bear fruit. So yeah, you might be in a period of struggle. Yeah, you might be in a period of isolation, but try Jesus. Because I don't care how much the world says that there's hope in them. I don't care how much they say there's hope in humanity. You look around in 1 second and that illusion goes away really quick, because it is a well that has no water at the bottom. Try Jesus, the well overflowing with living water that will flow within you up until eternal life. Try Jesus.